What you are about to witness is a scene between two rising actors from two completely different walks of life. Neither knew of each other before this moment. The writing, or sides, were written specifically for this scene by aspiring new writers as well. All parties involved are looking to be discovered. This is Blindsides, an original concept developed and brought to you by theblackscript.com. Any other version is inauthentic. Enjoy the show.
Welcome to Blindsides, a new discovery platform for emerging actors and writers from different parts of the country to act out scenes online and in front of a different special guest, industry judge, in an effort to gain valuable feedback on their craft, more exposure, and ultimately get discovered. My name is Kevin Marable.
And I'm Jessica Mifflin.
And today we have three talented individuals with us from three different regions, one at a time. I'll have you come forward, state your name, where you're from, and what you do, please. And we will begin with ladies first, Aria Moody. Aria.
Hey, y'all. Hey, I am Aria Moody. I'm from Detroit. What up, though? I not only am I an actress, I also write and sing, and I'm a science teacher, believe it or not. So storytelling is awesome, and a stand-up comic to boot. So I'm trying to keep my creative juices constantly flowing.
All right. And then next we have Jabari Williams. Jabari.
What is good, y'all? Nice to meet y'all. My name is Jabari C. Williams. I am from Clinton, Maryland. I am an actor, photographer, and I'm trying to learn to be a film director.
Okay, not trying, you're doing.
That is true. You're right. Thank you.
Yes, we got to work on taking the word trying out of our vocabulary.
That vocab. Thank you.
Yeah. Yes, and last but not least, we have our writer, Trey Williams. Trey, please introduce yourself.
Yes, my name is Trayvon Williams, but I go by Trey. I'm a writer, director, producer, and I'm an actor. Was an actor first before I started writing and producing my own films.
Okay, all right. And where are you from?
From Houston, I'm sorry.
Okay, no problem. And today, our special guest is an actor and a director who you might have seen on many popular TV shows and films such as Barbershop 2, Prison Break, The Chicago Code, Survivor's Remorse, Boo, A Medea's Halloween, The Hate You Give, American Soul, For Life, NCIS, Mayor of Kingstown, He Who Findeth, The Final Say, and Tyler Perry's The Oath, as well as many, many, many others. We have with us none other than Javon Johnson. Javon, how you doing today?
I'm doing good, man. You're not going to get me in trouble, so it's not Tyler Perry's The Oath. It's Tyler Perry's The Oval.
The Oval. I am so sorry. Sorry.
Yeah. Doing good, man. And I know you mentioned actor and director, but I also, of course, I'm a writer, producer, and acting teacher and writing. Oh, somebody ringing.
I'm sorry. I'm not sure whose phone that is that's ringing. If I could have you guys put your devices on silent, please.
I said I'll be the culprit of that one. I thought my MacBook deleted everything. I do not love that.
No worries.
But yeah, I was just adding a couple more titles to it. That's all.
Yeah. All right. So, without further ado, we have our actors and our writer with us. And Trey, if you don't mind setting up this scene. It's called A Mother's Love. If you don't mind just kind of giving a brief description about what this scene is about.
So A Mother's Love is just a scene between a mother and son who having a long needed conversation. And in the Black community, it's like a taboo thing where it's also where it's a point where the mother is actually taking accountability for the trauma that her son is experiencing. And so it's a real come to life moment. And it basically, he goes to find her first. She's been missing all these years, but he always knew where to find her at. And so when they reconnect, he getting ready to make a decision to move. And he's like, deep down, everybody needs their mother. But sons have a different bond with their mother, it seems like. And so that's kind of that was my point I was trying to get across in this scene and take some accountability, for her mistakes that she made and not dismiss his trauma.
Right. Absolutely. Okay. So the actors are going to get 3 takes. After the first take, we're going to pause and allow for our guest, Javon Johnson, to give feedback. and I'll also ask the actors and the writer what they thought of the first take, and then from there we will go into the second and third take, and then after the third take, we will wrap things up with final thoughts and see how everybody did. Okay. And with that being said, is everybody ready?
Yes.
Yes, I'm excited.
All right. And so I'm going to count down from 3 and then say action, and then it's go time. In 3, 2, 1, action.
You hungry?
Sure.
Here you go. Eat as much as you want.
It's so good to see you again, son. I missed you. I haven't seen you in about
8 years.
yeah. So, what made you come looking for me?
I just came to check on you. It's been a long time.
Yes, it has. Which is why I'm a little surprised that I'm getting this visit today. That bad, huh?
What?
Son, I'm homeless. I'm not blind. Last time I checked, I was still your mother.
You don't know what you're talking about. I'm fine.
Samuel Elijah Thornton, look at me. If you have come all the way down here like this just to talk to me, that lets me know you either in some trouble or you going through something really major.
Is it that obvious?
Yes. What's wrong?
Everything. Ma, no matter what I do, I can't seem to do nothing right. And then on top of that, I seem to push everyone away. I'm so lost right now.
Look, son, I know I haven't been the best mom to you over the years. I let drugs and so many other things take me away from my family and everything else I loved, especially you.
I gotta be honest, Ma, that hurt me. Truth is, I've had to walk around with that every day of my life. And that has really fucked me up. It truly sucks to think everyone I know is just temporary. And so without trying, I self-sabotage myself. Who actually could love me, right? Especially if my own mom doesn't want me.
Yeah, well, I went through my own things too.
Things like what?
Failure. Waking up every single day, trying as hard as you can to provide, and still always coming up short. It broke me. So I ran. I ran as far as I could, and I never looked back.
Mom, I need you. You're all that I have left.
Look, son, I know it may seem hard right now. And I'm so sorry for all the things that I did to you. But if I could give any advice, it would be make things right with the people who really care about you while you still can. Don't make the mistakes that I made and run away.
If you could do something different, would you?
Of course.
Ma, I'm leaving the city. I think you should come.
And scene. Good job, guys.
Yeah, good job,
Good
good
job.
job.
Good job. How did you guys feel?
Woo!
Uh,
We'll
Heavy.
start with Aria. How did you feel, Aria?
um, I was tingly. I was, I enjoyed the character. I wanted to embody her as much as possible, and I hopefully gave the writer what his dream was.
Okay. And Jabari?
I'm glad that I, got that like out. It was wonderful doing it with another person, especially growing up with a single like, household and an only child. So it's actually crazy to me, and I love how just like listening and shoot, it's just, that's all I can say.
So
Speechless,
good.
speechless, speechless.
Wow.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
then Trey, what are your thoughts on how they did?
I think they did good. I was sitting here, especially toward the end. I'm like, those. It's for me. It's those beats. When with me for writers, I mean for talent, I've been an actor first. I always know how important it is to have a monologue for your reel or for the film, and then when it fits. And so you have those. I gave those the talent those moments where they're able to like have their moment. In the scene where you make it your own, and I can sense that from watching y'all too. I think y'all did a great job. I'm excited to see y'all, and for the first time for sure. I'm excited to see y'all break it, to go into the second round more comfortable with each other, hearing each other's tone. I think that probably be my only note is to see about y'all tone in the scene in certain spaces, kind of like fluctuate, to let sometime let it breathe. When you're saying certain key points. But other than that, I think it was good. The tone, you're crying. I like that. This is a heavy moment. That's why you feel it. If I write
Yeah.
something you don't feel it in that moment, I mean I didn't do my job.
Right. Right. And Javon, what are your thoughts on how both actors did and also with the writing?
So I kind of feel like I don't know if I should see the second take because I didn't get to see Jabari the first time.
Before we do the second take, can I say something?
Sure. Go ahead.
I just have one more note. Um, I think too, this time that y'all got the dialogue out, usually the first time you just want to get through it. I think this one, I think you guys should probably listen to each other a little bit more so you can see her emotion because she going in with the crying and tears, and Jabari, your the tone was a little different. So you end up catching back up with it, but I just think y'all should just nobody on this phone but y'all two. Just think about that in y'all mind. It's just y'all two on the call
Yeah. And
and just locking with each other.
are you saying that like he needs a little bit more pain, like how she was
Yeah, like
expressing? Okay.
yeah, kind of like matching up and down because she's taking the character there, and so your tone or whatever it is would genuinely, if you listen to exactly how what she's saying, it would just organically come out the way you deliver your lines.
Hmm. Got
All
that,
right,
Jabari?
got that.
Okay. All right.
The
Are
ending
we
was
ready?
super good, both parts. Okay.
All right. Here we go. In three, two, one, action.
You hungry?
Sure.
Here you go. Go eat as much as you want.
It's so good to see you again, son. I missed you. I haven't seen you in
8 years.
yeah. Um, what what made you come looking for me?
I just came to check on you. It's it's been a long time.
Yeah, it has, which is why I'm a little surprised that I'm getting, this visit today. Ooh, not bad, huh?
What?
I'm homeless, son. I'm not blind. Last time I checked, I was still your mother.
You don't know what you're talking about. I'm fine.
Samuel Elijah Thornton, look at me. Look at me. For you to come down here like this just to talk to me lets me know you either in some trouble or you going through something really major.
Is it that obvious?
Yes. What's wrong?
Everything. Ma, no matter what I do, and I can't seem to do nothing right. Then on top of that, I seem to push anyone who just loves me. I'm so lost right now.
Look, I son, I know I haven't been the best mom to you over the years. I let drugs and so many other things take me away from my family and everything else that I love, especially you.
No. I gotta be honest, Mom. That hurt me. Truth is, I've walked around with that every day of my life, and it really fucked me up. It truly sucks to think everyone I meet is going to be temporary. So I just naturally self-sabotage myself. I mean, who could actually love me, right? If my own mama didn't even want me.
Yeah, well, I went through some of my own things too.
Things like what?
Failure. Waking up every morning, working as hard as you can to provide, and still always coming up short. It broke me. And I ran. I ran as far as I could, and I never looked back.
Ma, I need you. You're all I have left.
Son, I know things may seem hard. And I'm really sorry for all the things that I did to you. But if I can give you a little advice, it would be make things right with the people who really care about you. While you still can. Don't make the same mistakes I did and run away.
If you could, would you do things differently?
Of course.
Ma, I'm leaving the city. I think you should come.
All right. And scene. Good job, guys. Good job. How'd you feel the second go around?
Good. I wanted to play with it a little more. I'm not sure I twisted it enough, but
Yeah, you gave it some more character for sure and some more emphasis as well as emotion. I felt like you both did. I felt like you both are starting to catch your stride there and find that find that connection. That's my opinion. Trey, what were your thoughts on this go around? Take two.
No, I think this go around was definitely a lot better. It flowed more. I think they took the notes well. And again, with us all being parents and then y'all being mothers, it's like if Jessica feels something, it's like I mean y'all done y'all job. I think y'all definitely took the notes very well.
thank you.
Absolutely. And finally, Javon, what are your thoughts with the actors and the writer?
Well, I was happy to see both of them at the same time this time. Both of you, really good job. There was a growth from the first take to the second take, which should happen naturally. Getting that first one out the way. So I have some questions. I want to start with some questions because a lot of my responses will be from the perspective of like an acting coach and watching these actors work. So a couple of questions, just so I have clarity. And Trey, I don't know if they had this information or not. I don't know. Do you guys get the whole scene, the whole script, or you just got the scene?
Just the scene.
To the scene.
Just the scene. Okay, where does the scene take place?
In a house. Oh, my bad. Y'all talking
In a
about
Actually,
house?
I said in a halfway house because he's coming to look for me and I am homeless.
Okay, so it's a halfway house. Okay.
You asking me? You asking me, or you asking what their perspective was?
Well, let me ask their perspective because they have to work with what
Okay.
they have
Yeah.
material
Okay.
wise, right?
Okay.
So so you guys are playing that this is he's coming to a halfway house.
Yes.
Okay. So here's some things I want to give you going into this next take to think about because there were some moments and things like that and some better connection between the two of you. The scene starts not with the scene itself; it starts with the history. The biggest thing in there is the 8 years of time
Yeah.
and what has transitioned over 8 years. So what I'm missing is that very first encounter where you set eyes on each other for the very first, has nothing to do with the lines, right? So a lot of time actors depend on the lines to tell the story. It is not the actor's job to depend. The writer did that part, right? The writer told the story with the lines. The actor is the job is to tell the stuff that the writer didn't write necessarily, that the actor has to live in, which is beyond. You got to rise beyond the script, right? And I'm not trying to get too much into teaching tonight, but I want to give you something to step into the next time you go into this next tape. So I want both of you to think less about acting because you have talent, you can act, right? But now can you abandon all of what you think you know about acting and just live and trust these people's lives and their journey and their truth, right? And then connect that to your own personal pain. Just like Jessica said, she wanted to cry because it's hard for mother and son. That's her own personal life, her own personal stuff, right? Both of you have your own personal stuff to lend to the situation and to these characters. But if you're performing, it's a disconnect between authenticity and spirit, right? Because performance is taking place. Some examples of that is as good as it is with your talent and your emotional depth you have, Aria. Sometimes in these takes it came off a little forced, and so sometimes you went there and I was like, "Ooh, that wasn't earned." Between the two of you, it wasn't earned. That was what the actor going to put that in there anyway. You know what I mean? And that's what I mean by the difference between performance and living with the two people that's existing in the moment. It has nothing to do with what you think about the lines or where you think the scene structurally should go, as much as about what is happening between me and this other actor right now. How are we making each other feel? How am I feeling right now? And that's what I want to give. So I just want to give a couple of things with that. I'm trying not to be long. You might have to cut me off, man.
You're good.
Yeah. I got
I
stuff.
enjoy the fact that you're actually providing them this feedback because this is what they need, and this is ultimately what the platform is for them to learn and to grow. Not for them to
Cool.
be perfect, for them to
Right. Yeah. It's not about being perfect at all. It's about giving you another perspective. Because wherever you go, even from this moment tonight, if you can, it may be something you can carry over, or you can look for it in your training somewhere. Because you want to get that thing a part of your craft. So with that, the major thing I want you to really focus on this time around is the 8-year time lapse. What has transpired in the 8 years? What was it like the last time you saw each other? Because that is the last impression, right? If that's I'm a crackhead, I'm a whatever that is. What was that last dramatic, traumatic moment of separation? Because you guys are walking with that for the next 8 years, and that's what you're walking into the scene with, right? So the scene starts well before what you're about to say. Especially for you, Aria, well, both of you. It's like you're setting your eyes on your mom in whatever condition she's in. So I'm not sure what condition you're in right now, Aria, which means I don't know if you're ashamed when he first lays eyes on you. I don't know if I think you mentioned something that in the text about, is it that bad or something like that, according to your appearance, correct?
It's in the text.
He
It's
is.
him that I'm worried about. I'm looking at him like, whoa, is that
Okay,
bad? So
here's the
I'm
bad him, right?
recognizing
So,
my son
but
and his.
the unwritten, I'm talking about the unwritten, right? 8 years. What is your life like when when your son lays eyes on you after 8 years, knowing the history? What is that doing to you before the first line?
I'm hopeful.
Because the rest of the scene is carrying all that.
Mm-hmm.
The entire scene is carrying 8 years of failure, 8 years of shame, 8 years of disappointment. The entire scene is operating off of that. So what that means is the scene is not as safe as it's looking right now. You understand what I'm saying? It's not. It's a vulnerable scene. It's very vulnerable.
Yeah, in
Right?
my mind,
Which
I'm
also,
hopeful. I want him to reconcile with me because the last time he saw me, it wasn't good.
right. So the question is, when do you discover that? And when do you discover that's even
Yeah,
a possibility? Because
yeah,
again, you only starting with, I haven't seen each other in 8 years. I don't know what you think about me. You could come here and piss on me right now.
Yeah.
I don't know
yeah,
yet where we are. You know what I'm saying? That's getting into the world of where they really are. Even the line where he says, "Are you hungry?" When I hear that in Jabari, is that just because you brought food? And then what type of food is it? Is it her favorite thing that you remember? Because this is not what's written, right? So if he hands you a plate of turkey wings and rice and gravy, and that was your favorite 8 years ago, that's a different reaction
yes.
than you see what I'm saying? So you got to create that, right? You have to create that, right? And you got to create, are you hungry? I don't know how you eating here at the halfway house. Are you shamefully hungry?
Yeah.
Like
Yeah,
what's
shamefully for
attached to
sure.
that, right? So right. So I just want to kind of just give a overview of that to kind of help you to kind of steer you into getting away from your ideas of how this should be performed and steer you more into who are these people's spirit, where is their spirit, what is their history, what is their relationship, where is the pain, because the pain is still lie dormant for 8 years. It's just been reignited because we encountered each other, so all those pains from 8 years ago resurface.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's some great.
And if you trust that you're already talented, if you trust that, I don't know your history with training, if you trust that you're already trained, if you trust that you have everything you already need, then you don't have to present that to me in the scene.
Mm-hmm.
Live in it now. Really understand these people. Not find where Jabari, find out where your pain is with abandonment, with failure. One of the things I wondered about with your character is, why is he coming to see her? What has happened? Because I don't think I hear that in the text. But you as the actor need to know with specificity why you're coming to see her and what you need. Because at the end of it, you basically say, I need my mom to go with me, right? So what has happened, what has transpired in your life after 8 years to get, it took you 8 years to do this.
Mm-hmm.
How low did you go to get to this point to
Yeah,
say, I need my mom back in my life? That's something, if you don't have it in the script in those pages, you got to create that, because you have to have that, whether it's right or wrong, because you might get the entire script and Trey be like, oh, it's something different. It doesn't matter, because you're only
yeah,
working with what you're working with,
yeah.
right? But you
The
have
whole
to have that for yourself to live in it in a real way, and that creates the stakes and everything else. So that's what I have for you going into this last take, and see if you can really just, and also that's going to affect how you take real moments, not actor moments,
Mm-hmm.
yeah.
because actor
And
moments are always rushed.
when I was filming this, I told that to the talent because I do these calls before I do shoot the actual projects with the talent. We do a lot of chemistry reads and stuff like that, and so these are some of the questions that I answer when they breaking down the scripts. Everything you're saying is absolutely perfect because you haven't. It's 8 years when he meets you. Y'all didn't get to see in the rest of the script, but she is homeless when he sees you, so you would probably be hungry as hell, honestly, if you're there
Mm-hmm.
eating. So in the beginning of the scene, that would be good to show, like he's saying. You might not eating casual, and then you're not really going right into the conversation. It's like you don't really know what to expect from him. Jabbar, I have one note for you. Some of this, like I'm gonna be honest, but heavy as this scene is, this is where you put when people put this on a reel to talent. This is how you book those other roles and those bigger projects because it's very heavy and it's kind of lengthy. And these monologues you have to really take your time on and not rush through it. Jabbar, some of the stuff that I feel it's kind of hard. It's throwing me off a little bit when you do a lot of stuttering in some of the parts. Now some of it is cool, but then some of it comes off like it's like either not nervous, but maybe not like know the lines. You kind of like buying time. It feels like a little bit when you stuttering quite a bit on some parts, but some stuff just need to flow out and just say the words. You know, with the emotion you best feel, with less stuttering a little bit when you're doing a delivery. But that's my only note that I have from when you did it last time. But it's getting better.
Yeah. Jabari, did you have any feedback at all?
No, do you did you have like your own Dan, I can't even know. Exact place of where we are. Like you said, safe house. So I didn't know if like you had something very specific or it was just a general thing. That
Yeah.
was all.
So you're in a safe house. It would be like it's at this point in the film, it's like the lead actor is who's a big heavy crime person. This is the one time in the film where you see the soft side of him from all the roles he's ever played. So he's very, very vulnerable in this situation because something big happened. Something very, very big happened. His whole world has came crashing down, and so he's trying to start. He's gonna leave. He wants to start over, but he don't want to leave. He don't want to leave his mom, no matter how long he hasn't talked to her. So this is a big pivotal part in the film when I wrote it. So he's right about it. It's stuff happening in the script that y'all didn't get to see. So y'all had an opportunity to create that world. So you are in a safe house, which just says a house, and this is y'all two in the kitchen at a table, and y'all across from each other. That's just think about that. But it's a beat before though. Before y'all go into dialogue though, it's a moment. It's like a moment of silence. Like hold on, I gotta like kind of segue your way into this situation, into this conversation. You don't just kind of jump off the porch with it.
Okay, you
Do
guys
y'all have any
got that?
questions for me before I get off the call? Because I'm doing a great job, but I can't stay on for the last take.
Yeah. No, we appreciate your time, Trey. I know you're
Absolutely.
in the middle of a shoot for sure. And thank you for your feedback and also submitting to Blindsides as well. And taking time out of your busy day and your schedule to jump on, even though you're in the middle of, filming. So we truly appreciate that. Thank you so much.
No problem. Thank y'all. Thank y'all. And I'll be able to go back and watch once it's done. I'll be able to go back and
Yeah.
watch. So I'm
Yeah.
gonna go back and watch.
Yeah, we'll let you know once it's available for you to watch it in its entirety as well, and then I'll post a clip on Instagram too and tag everybody in it.
Okay, because I'm going to watch it. I'm going to watch it.
All right, brother. Have a great shoot, man. Have a great
All right,
shoot.
man. Thank y'all. Thank you.
Thank you.
Man.
Thank you.
Thank
All
you
right.
so much, man.
No problem.
All right, guys. So if you guys are ready, without further ado, we will get into the third scene, the third take. Are you ready?
Yes.
Okay. In 3, 2, 1, action.
You hungry?
Sure.
Here you go. Eat as much as you want.
It's so good to see you again, son. I missed you. I haven't seen you in
8 years.
yeah. So what what made you come looking for me?
I, I, I just came to check on you. It's been a long time.
Yes, it has. That's why I'm a little surprised that I'm getting this visit today. That bad, huh?
What?
Son, I'm homeless. I'm not blind. And last time I checked, I was still your mom.
Mama, I'm fine. You don't know what you're talking about. I am fine.
Samuel Elijah Thornton. Look at me. For you to come down here looking for me like this, just to talk to me, that lets me know you either in trouble or you going through something really major.
Is it really that obvious?
Yes. What's wrong?
Everything. Ma, no matter what I do, I can't seem to do anything right. Then on top of that, I seem to push anyone who loves me. I, I'm so lost right now.
Look, son, I know I haven't been the best mom to you over the years. I let drugs and so many other things take me away from my family and everything else I love, especially you.
Oh, I gotta be honest, man. That shit hurt me. Truth is, I had to walk away with that every day of my life, and it has really fucked me up. It truly sucks to think everyone I meet is going to be temporary. So much that I try to self sabotage myself. I mean, who could actually love me, right? Not even my own mother wants me.
Yeah. Well, I went through my own things too.
Things like what?
Failure. Waking up every morning, trying your hardest to provide, and still always coming up short. It broke me. So I ran as far as I could, and I never looked back.
Ma, I need you. You're all I have left.
I know it may seem hard, and I'm so sorry for all the things I did to you. But if I can give a little advice, it would be make things right with the people who really care about you while you still can. Don't make the mistakes that I made and run away.
If you could, would you do things differently?
Of course.
Ma, I'm leaving the city. I think I think you should come with me.
What?
And scene. Good job. Good job, guys. Good job. Man. It's a little intense. A little intense. Yeah. I feel like you both had moments in this particular one, and you found the right spots to emphasize the emotion um, at times. The only thing that I would also say is Jabari in the beginning, you kind of had like you kind of turned to the side.
I
I actually liked when you faced the camera and kind of faced your mom head on and gave more emphasis when you were facing forward. Um, I felt like that gave it a little bit more of what we were looking for sure.
Yeah.
And in Aria, I think you hit all of the right spots for the emotion. You sounded like a true mother fashion, and somebody who's hurt, scorned, going through struggle, and yeah, I thought you guys both did a great job.
Thank you so much.
Great job. Absolutely, it's exciting to watch for sure. And like I said, this wasn't a process, where you guys had to be perfect. This is your first time working with each other. You never met each other before this. You're in Detroit, and Jabari, you're in Maryland, um, and of course the writers in Houston. And that's the whole point. That's why it's called Blindsides, is to bring people from across the country together, give them some spotlight, some exposure, and be able to showcase your talent and let the world see, that what it is that you do, and also to be able to provide you a little bit of feedback along the way by somebody who's already in the industry and doing what it is that you guys aspire to do. And so with that being said, Javon, do you have any final words for both the actors?
Yeah, really great work overall. You grew with each take, and it was drastic changes and shifts from each take. So you guys dove deeper into it. I'll give you a couple of little, I guess, notes for you to think about as you're just thinking about it. Jabari, in the beginning, it still felt rushed on your part. I felt like Aria was really trying to take her time and really live in the moments, but I felt like you were pushing it a little too quickly. And overall, I felt like the things that he was sharing with her came a little too easy for you. It was a little too easy for you to tell her. Some of those things need to be hard to say. And some of it was just like, okay, I'm just telling you and I'm going to tell you. I also want to ask you just personally, do you have any kind of speech challenges?
Yes.
Okay.
I have, yeah, language. If I can say, if you want me to, yeah, language processing issues, and I grew up with a speech impediment. So, but yeah, it's
Yeah,
not.
yeah. I started. I mean, it's not an issue. I started to pick up on it because I've worked with actors who had some certain challenges like that. So keep doing your thing, man, and find a way. This film I have out now, the actor had an issue like that, and it was just a matter of finding a way to make it a part of the whole character, the moment, so that it's not, so it doesn't look like an actor dealing with it as much as it looks like a character. This is a part of what the character is. It's not. I'm not dealing with it.
Mm-hmm.
It's a part of what's happening. But really, I mean, your courage to step in there and of course, people like James Earl Jones and people we know about that
Right.
overcame and have great careers in spite of. So, and being young at 22, some older people can't do what you're doing and have the challenges that you have and be as courageous. So you keep moving through this industry that way. I think you're going to be fine because you are super talented. You both are very super talented. I'll give you one specific about the rush when you said eat as much as you want. When you said, are you hungry? And you said, what's the line after? You guys remember the line after you're hungry?
Yeah, here you.
Eat as much as you want.
Yeah,
All
here.
right. When you say you was hungry, Aria played that moment of I saw the food, right? I saw it, but then you went right into eat as much as you want, and it was like, oh, wait a minute, that was a moment there between the two of you. That eat as much as you want should be like, okay, dang, she really hungry. Okay, you know what? Eat as much as you want, because I ain't know, So just an example of how you could have sat in that, in those type of moments. Aria, really good job, man. You have a wealth of emotional depth there. I see you're able to adjust. Both of you are very able to adjust with notes very quickly and apply them. The biggest note I'll give to you, just in watching your work, because I don't know the body of your work, but just watching you tonight, is trust that you can be powerful without trying to be powerful. And that's a big note. If you think about Denzel's iconic one tear moment in Glory, it's not doing anything, right? But letting the moment happen, right? And sometimes in your work, based on what I saw tonight, I will push you to trust that you can just let the emotions happen and you don't have to do any more work in presenting them.
Okay.
And just let them live and be a part of the experience. It's going to hurt the same way. It's going to feel the same way.
Mm-hmm.
But you don't have to show the work. You can just share it. So that's what I would say. But wonderful job, both of you guys.
Thank you so much.
Yeah. That's what I have to
Again,
offer you.
congratulations to you both, and as well as thank Trey Williams, the writer. Javon, did you have any final words for Trey and Trey's writing?
Oh yeah, because Trey will see this, right?
Yes, if you could.
No, just I mean, these are real situations, and they're loaded with real issues. And I think that Trey, because I heard him speak earlier, I think it's a representation of what he speaks about, what he likes to write. I think it was evident in this scene. So Trey just keep telling the stories he want to tell, and writing these characters' hearts and putting their pain on the screen.
Yeah.
I think actors will love to perform them.
Yeah,
Definitely.
absolutely. All right, guys. If I could ask each one of you to let the world know where they can find you on social media, and if you have anything coming up, what do you have coming up next for you? And we will start with Jabari this time.
Hey, you guys. You guys can find me on mainly Instagram or Facebook, Jabari Williams _. If you see it under there, I am in I am in a play called The American Play at Bethesda, Maryland Perisphere Theater, and I've been doing a bunch of like films, especially student films around Howard University right now.
Awesome. And what about you, Aria?
Hey, so I am on Facebook, Aria Moody Songbird, and on Instagram and every other platform, I am Aria the Songbird, but bird is spelled with a Y. So I just want to say thank you all so much for this opportunity. I have been having a blast. Jabari, you are amazing to work with. Thank you, sir. I have been working on my stand-up. So here lately, I've been auditioning still. Don't get me wrong. The teacher still gets out to auditions. But I've been working on my stand-up. So every Friday at the Joke Gym in Ferndale, Michigan, you can catch me at 8:30, 9 o'clock. And I'm going to do everything I can to make you laugh your side split.
That's awesome. I was going to get you to mention that you are also a stand-up comic as well. Yeah, so that's awesome. Javon, how can we find you on social media as well? Where can we find you?
Yeah, I'm on all social media platforms at I am Javon Johnson.
All right. And what do you have coming up? What are you currently working on?
Everything, man. I got dizzy with you asking the question. Yeah, we have Once in a Valentine out now on Amazon Prime. It's a feature film. Have another feature film that's in post right now, so we're editing, and that's called The Stuttering Preacher. So
okay,
satirical comedy, which is left field for me, but a little something different. Of course, Tyler Perry's The Oval. We're coming back, BET. So we'll look out for that. Outside of that, I'm constantly teaching actors and writers, screenwriters, and a couple of stage plays will be touring soon in the upcoming year.
Yeah, tell K-Ron I said hi.
I will.
Yeah, for sure. And I would love to have you back on at some point. If you would love to teach more or even just kind of speak on the process, to a group of actors. It won't be in the same space as Blindsides, but it could kind of just be like a panel or a question, Q&A or something like that. Would love to have you back on at some point whenever you have free time and are available.
Let me know.
Yeah. Thank you so much for everybody for joining and being a part of Blindsides. We truly appreciate it. Again, this is a platform to help discover new talent across the country, in particular people of color, and give them more exposure by utilizing our audience and putting that spotlight on you. So with that being said, congratulations.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you, everybody.